pays well? I repeat, is it better to work at a job that you love or a job that pays well? What are all the subjects that you can break from that? Please put it in the chat box. Just not just a number. If can put what are the subjects that you can break down. Which job, work, job, taste, why, job, pay, types of jobs. There's comparison. You're called to compare. You're called to talk about what you love, what you hate. You're called to talk about pay. You're called to talk about work. Now, if you can break down, thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you can break down a topic into so many subjects, then the scope for you to choose from has now broadened from just what you saw, just one, to so many. And you can probably relate to at least one of them to start speaking, to open your innings. Yes? I'll give you another example. Do you prefer to cook or order takeout? I repeat, do you prefer to cook or order takeout? What are all the subjects that you can break this topic down into? Let's see it in the chat box. Pros and cons, yes. Cook, menu, oven, restaurant, prefer to cook, order food. Dishwashing, yes. So many lifestyles, Zomato. People, are you seeing the possibilities that are there if you pay keen attention to the topic at hand and you break it down? You know, when a topic is given to you, though it's not written, you are generally allowed about 8 to 10 seconds to compose your thoughts and then start speaking. You can utilize this time to peg it in your mind as to how many are the topics that are there, subjects that are there contained in that topic, and which one you're going to begin with. And let me tell you another thing. If you can extract 3 subjects from the given topic, you have something to open with, you have something to slide into the body, and you have something to close, all in that one topic. You don't have to be struggling halfway through after a good start, wondering, what should I say in the body? And then after you're done with the body, how do I close this? It's all there in the topic. All you have to do is break it down. All right. So now I'm done with this part. I'm going to ask volunteers to come up and speak. I'm going to timer. Who's the timer, Jensen? Meenakshi. Yeah. Okay. Meenakshi, we are going to time exactly 1 minute for every speaker. All right. Just 1 minute for every speaker. And then I will call on another speaker to come and break down, to give a debrief of what they heard and what they thought the person did. All right. So to begin with, I'm going to call on Toastmaster Fayaz. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. And are you ready to receive your topic?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Toastmaster Fayaz, your topic is, now before I go with the topic, the person, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi, are you there?
I'm here.
Great. You are the one who is going to be listening keenly to Toastmaster Fayaz deliver this topic for a minute. And then I'm going to be asking you some questions. All right. So please pay attention. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Toastmaster Fayaz, your topic is, what did you do on your most recent birthday? What did you do on your most recent birthday, Toastmaster Fayaz?
Thank you for the easy subject. I was just sitting and enjoying during my last birthday. Others did everything. They bought the cake, they decorated the room, they bought the gift, and they simply made me happy. And they know that how can they make me happy. So they did everything to make my day. And not only that, they took me for a special trip, and in a car which I liked, and they did rent that especially for that day, and that was they made the day very special for me, and I really enjoyed it. And my best wishes to all my friends who did that. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Toastmaster Fayaz. Give him a round of applause, people, with the reaction buttons. And now, coming to you, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi. What did you hear in Toastmaster Fayaz's delivery for the topic given to him, in which you thought he had broken it down into small subjects? Can you share it with us?
Sure. He described how he celebrated his recent birthday with the help of others. And he explained how he was very happy, like the celebration more he tried to convey, how he explained, like what was his done and how he was celebrated that day. And he showed his gratitude to the friends, what they were offered to him. He just replicate and he remembered the happiness and the things that they have done it for them. So
Great.
three things. I have noticed.
Okay. Now, in your opinion, do you think there was any other subject that Toastmaster Fayaz could have extracted from the given topic, which he did not speak about?
What I feel, he could have put more on what is the reason and the speciality of this birthday. Like he can just go to the more perspective. He just narrowed down his speech by speaking the day, the very most recent birthday. Rather than doing that, he can start with very generic, like why birthday and what is important, something generically, then he can narrow down his speech. Would it be more impactful to the audience?
Thank you so much. Now, Toastmaster Fayaz, just because Toastmaster Mahalakshmi feels you could have done that doesn't mean she is right and you are wrong. I asked this question and I did this exercise for all to understand the variety of perspectives that are available for you as a speaker whenever a topic is given. So I hope that in the minds of the audience, you now have one tool with which you can overcome that first stumbling block, which is, what am I going to say on this subject? If you break it down, if you chop it down, you now have so many things to choose from. And at least one of them you will be able to connect with on a personal level. And you can then create a story. Because if you're going to tell a story, remember, we as an audience, we always love to hear stories, especially if they are personal. If they're not personal, if it's a story you saw on YouTube or you read on WhatsApp or it's on the internet, all of us have probably heard it. In today's age, we are being bombarded with all the social media left, right, and center 24/7. So if you can tell us a personal story, we are all ears. Oh, Toastmaster Fayaz is going to reveal some exciting secrets. Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Fayaz. Now, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi, it's you who's going to be handling a topic. And Jospal, is Jospal there? Toastmaster Jospal?
No, Jospal is not in the meeting. Instead of
All right.
Jospal, Preeti will.
Is Toastmaster Meenakshi from Green's Toastmaster Club there?
I'm the one monitoring the timing.
All right. You're spared. I'll call on Toastmaster Nagesh then. Is Toastmaster Nagesh there?
Robert, actually, I will do the timing then.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Meena. Toastmaster Meenakshi, you're going to be paying attention to what Mahalakshmi is going to be delivering on the given topic, and then we will discuss on the topic and how she delivered it. All right. Toastmaster Mahalakshmi, your topic is, do you follow your heart or your head? Do you follow your heart or your head? Toastmaster Mahalakshmi.
In life, I used to follow my heart. Why we should follow our heart? If you want the internal peace and happiness, definitely everyone should follow our heart. But sometimes I think that, is it good to do that? Will I hurt anyone if I do that with others? It happened to me many times. Since my childhood, many times I follow my heart, but I lose my friends, my relation with most of my colleagues. So I feel nowadays that I should continue with my dignity, or should I just cope up with the reality? So I change my mind little bit. So nowadays, what I am trying to do is head, because our brain is giving some more divergent thinking to us. So following heart, when I'm sitting alone, I will do follow my hearts, whatever I feel. But when I just work as a collaboration mode, we need to definitely follow our head. That is will give you most, peace, inner peace, rather than the external happiness.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi. Thank you very much. And now coming to Toastmaster Meenakshi, can you share with us what you observed and how you thought Toastmaster Mahalakshmi had broken down the given topic and chosen certain subjects in it with which she opened her speech?
Yeah. Toastmaster Mahalakshmi, she has, the topic, whatever they given to her, she just broke down into, first she was telling about her heart, and then later, when she's while sitting alone, and she'll be thinking about a lot when she follows the heart, and she's saying that better to move on due to the head, when it's like collaboration more or something, she added up and she said that head. So she actually followed the rules, like, breaking down into two topics, and she completed with said time.
All right. Do you think, in your opinion, there were other subjects that Toastmaster Mahalakshmi could have chosen to explore in the given topic?
She could have come up with like a story.
All right.
Uh,
I'm
could-
talking, okay, she could have come up with a story, but I'm specifically asking, were there other subjects which Toastmaster Mahalakshmi could have extracted from the given topic and explored that also? Okay, I'll share with you some of the things that she could have explored. Is that the topic was, do you follow your heart or your head? Now, when you're listening to this, do you follow your heart or your head? That word follow, that means you are seeking guidance. You've heard of the term true north. You're looking for your true north, which is the one that is the best for you to follow, which will not lead you to ruin, but which will lead you to gain. Follow the stomach, perhaps, says Jensen. Yeah. So she could have explored about directions in life. These are all the various perspectives that could have been extracted from that topic. Now, again, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi,
Yeah.
just because I'm giving all this, it doesn't mean that what you did was wrong. And what Toastmaster Meenakshi said was right. It's just that I'm making aware of what a broad spectrum of perspectives can be extracted from one topic if we pay keen attention to it. Yes, Jim says a time when you were lost in life and you were looking for a compass to find your way back to sanity. That was also a beautiful perspective that you could have explored as a speaker. Jehan says, follow your wife is better. Jehan, I'm sure you're following your own rules, and that's why you're speaking so boldly. Well done. Moving on, Toastmaster Meenakshi, now it's your turn to tackle a topic, and the one who is going to be listening to you is Toastmaster Archie from Greens, Dubai. Archie, are you here? No. Okay. Is Toastmaster Vijay here from Greens, Dubai? Moving on, Toastmaster Barak, are you here from Greens, Dubai? Okay. Toastmaster Shalini, you're showing up on my screen, Shalini Wadhwa, so I'm going to call you. You're muted. Technical issues.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so Toastmaster Shalini, pay keen attention to what Meenakshi is going to be saying in this topic that I'm going to be giving her. Toastmaster Meenakshi Your topic is, as a child, what did you want to be when you grew up? As a child, what did you want to be when you grew up? Toastmaster Meenakshi.
As a child, I want to become a pilot. Whenever I come out to the outside and see the aeroplane, and I wish to become a pilot. Like all other child, I had a dream, but the dream changes as we grew up. So once I was excelling in a different subject, in a science, and I want to become a doctor. So the aspiration of becoming something is keep changing as you come across in a different stage of life. Then the fate has turned over, and now I'm into an HR. So when you were small, you have different dreams to dream over, and as you grow big and you face the world, the fate has changed, and now I'm into an HR profession. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Meenakshi. Thank you very much. Now, Toastmaster Shalini, can you tell us what, in your opinion, do you think were the subjects that the speaker extracted from the given topic and explored?
She explored change. She explored life. She explored the different stages of life. She explored dreams.
Exactly.
And she explored fate, destiny. So she explored and she brought them all very well together and put them all together, the different topics.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shalini. You managed to extract even more than what I had thought I could extract from this topic. That just goes to show the rest of the audience that there's no limit if we pay deep attention to the topic and see how many subjects are there hidden in the topic, how many perspectives are there from which it can be approached from. And then you now have a buffet in front of you. Okay, should I choose this or should I choose this? Or maybe I'll choose this to open with. If getting off the blocks is your challenge, then here's your tip. BID. Break it down. The more you manage to master this, the better will be your starts. And believe me, if you really master this, then right at the outset, you'll have your opening body and closing. You don't need to worry at all. You've just got to peg it. Okay, this is my opening, this is my body, this is my closing, and I'm going with it. Boom. Excellent. We still have time for some more speakers as per the clock. So Toastmaster Shalini, I'm going to give you another topic and I'm going to call on Toastmaster Dinesh from Greens. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool. Okay, Toastmaster Dinesh, pay attention to what Toastmaster Shalini is going to be talking about, and then we'll have a discussion on what she said. Okay?
Sure.
Toastmaster Shalini, your topic is, what celebrity do you like to follow? What celebrity do you like to follow, Toastmaster Shalini?
When I was a young girl, I remember once sitting there and watching Audrey Hepburn. I found her so graceful, so dignified, full of life, full of compassion, full of empathy. And if I wanted to follow somebody, I would like actually to follow myself, follow my own being, follow my heart, follow my soul, and bring all this compassion, empathy, living life into myself. And I would hope to become a celebrity myself one day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shalini. And Toastmaster Dinesh,
Yeah.
would you care to tell us, in your opinion, what are all the subjects that you thought the speaker explored within the given topic?
She explored about herself only, what I felt. That is the only point I got.
All right. What, in your opinion, what were the other subjects that could have been extracted from the given topic?
Actually, we can tell like whom to follow, what is the ideology of following someone.
Very nice. Yes. So she could have touched upon peer pressure. Why should anybody follow any celebrity? She could have talked about good celebrities, bad celebrities, and why should it only be a celebrity that one should follow? Yes.
Yep.
All right. And once again, Toastmaster Shalini, it's not that just because I said this, what you said is wrong. It's just that I'm making aware of the vast array of choices that is there in any given topic if we pay keen attention to it. You can break it down in so many different ways and approach it from so many different angles. And that's where the judges, your audience, will really love you for it, because instead of taking the standard well-worn path, you took a moment, you explored the array of perspectives, and you said, no, I'll tackle it from this direction, a direction which probably they never thought was possible. And then they'll appreciate you all the more for it. Yeah. Okay. We still have time to give Dinesh a topic. And the one I'm going to call on to listen to Dinesh is Toastmaster Subramanian from Dubai Tamil Malayalam Club. Are you here, Toastmaster Subramanian?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Toastmaster Dinesh, your topic is, if you could have one superpower, what would it be? If you could have one superpower, what would it be, Toastmaster Dinesh?
Yeah. Good evening, Toastmasters. From childhood, I was born and brought up looking at so many superheroes, whether it can be a Spider-Man or a Batman or a He-Man, and even in an Indian style, it can be a Shaktiman. So considering all these, I love to be a Spider-Man because he's my favorite superhero. And if you see the spider web, whatever he pulls out and travel from one place to another very fast, that is the most fascinating thing. When I was a child, while traveling from one place to another, I just want to travel like Spider-Man and then go as soon as possible to the destination whenever I want. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. Toastmaster Subramanian. So tell us, what in your opinion were the subjects that the speaker managed to explore within the given topic?
Yeah, Toastmaster Dinesh, he has started well, and he started with the topic, the childhood, the superhero, and he about the various superheroes, Batman and Superman. He talked about the styles, Indian style or Hollywood style, and finally he reached to the point to whom he wants to select as a superhero. He selected his choice, Spider-Man, and he explained very well why he selected the Spider-Man. He clearly explained the reason. The main thing which I would like to tell, the Spider-Man who flies from one place to another place quickly. That is a main objective of selecting a Spider-Man.
Thank you. Is there anything else that the speaker could have explored within the given topic, in your opinion?
Overall, he started with the choices and the final selection, why he selected the Spider-Man, and he could have explained bit more about the choices, like why he selected the Spider-Man. That is only one small thing just have noticed. Otherwise, it is fantastic.
Thank you. Yes. Once again, Toastmaster Dinesh, no wrong in what you did and how you opened your subject. But just for the sake of awareness, there were still so many other ways in which you could have opened your topic. All right.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the end of the first part of this session. I hope, my dear audience, that you now have something in your hands which you can put to good use just to get off the blocks, to give that kick and push off the blocks and get going with opening on the topic that has been given to you. Yes? If it's no, you can put a thumbs down. I don't know if that reaction is there, and we can go over it again. Area Director Jensen might cry on the time. Thank you so much. Okay, now, whenever you tell a story, there's something that is very essential. Now listen to this story that I'm going to tell you. It's an amazing story. It's a very exciting story. And I'm sure you're going to be asking for more, because I'm not going to be able to finish the story, but I'm sure you're going to be asking for more once you hear all that I have to say. So here we go. There once lived a person in a place. This person was married to another person. These two persons had a child who grew up to be a brave person. One day, this brave person left the place in search of meaning, and on the way met with another old person. The brave person asked the old person, what was the meaning of life? The old person said that the meaning of life was not an answer to be told, but a mystery to be lived. With that, the brave person turned back home to live and experience the meaning of life. And that's all I have to say for now. Now, what did you find was good or bad? How was the story? Let's hear it in the chat box. Let's see it in the chat box. Now, I did some voice modulation. I tried to put in the different characters and all that. So, but still, it was a good structure for a story, but lacks detail. Yes. Who was this person? Exactly. Meena says, that's how I tell stories. That person, this person, that person, that person. Dialogues and voice modulation was there. Character description was missing. Exactly. What's the use of a story without characters? If there's no characters in your story and you're only saying, that fellow, so I know you may be knowing some people in your life who come to you and say, that person said like this that day, and then this happened. If you're really close friends and you've known each other for many years, then I'm sure on some level you all will understand. But if you come and stand in front of an audience and you say that, they'll be wondering, what the hell are you talking about? So you need to develop your characters in your story. Now you might ask, from where will I get characters? First you're telling me tell story. Now you're telling me put characters. From where will I get characters? Now you must remember, a story without characters is like a rag doll, lifeless. You need characters. I'll tell you from where you can come up with characters for your stories. Most of the time, you would have heard at family get-togethers, those old stories. People will start reminiscing about the old days. When this child was only 4 years old and we were living in that house and there was this tree and he climbed this tree and he fell and the neighbors saw it. How many characters did you just hear me say in these 3 lines? I spoke about a neighbor. I spoke about this child. So when you think back to old stories that you heard in family get-togethers, you'll find characters. Then, when you meet strangers for the first time and start befriending them, you'll start talking about your experiences, sharing your stories. You will have characters naturally that appear in your stories, right? Your stories could be about events in your own life, your childhood, how you learned to do things, or how you misunderstood what adults were doing, thinking that it was something else altogether. Then your significant life events, such as starting school, new job, getting married, getting unmarried. These are all significant life events that happened to you. And there were characters involved at every stage of these events. You can bring in those characters. Things that happened on your holidays, when traveling, or when you were in some foreign country and you did not know the culture and traditions and habits and made some faux pas and goof-ups. These are all the places which you can mine your experiences from your own life, which you can mine to extract characters who you can bring alive for your audience. All right. That's why characterization is very, very, very important. Now, when you're telling stories, let me give you a few tips. Remember, as a storyteller, to paint images by using words related to the five senses. What are the five senses?
Sight, hearing, touch, smell, and taste.
Yes. So the words that you use in your story should appeal to all the five senses. It can be like, the scene was one of total devastation. A distant alarm bell was ringing. The stench of burning smoke filled my nostrils and I felt sick to my stomach. Just hearing those words, I would have probably evoked a response within you, because those words created a visual image in your mind of what I was trying to convey. And like I said at the beginning, when you're listening to a story, your brain does not know whether it's really happening right now or it's something imagined. And so it responds as if it is real. Eyes, ears, skin, tongue, nose. Oh, that's also a nice way of putting all the five senses. Eyes, ears, skin, tongue, and nose. So paint images by using words related to your five senses. Use concrete words from the physical world when speaking, even when talking about intangible things. So your audience would be more touched by the word crying than by the word grief or mourn. So use those kind of words that are tangible, concrete, and use words that inspire, that imitate a sound, that paint a beautiful picture, like sanctuary, crescendo, seaside. The minute you hear such kind of words, your brain immediately evokes an image and connects to it. That's what our brain does. Our brain is a pattern-seeking machine. It will always try to fill in the blanks. So if you supply the right inputs, the audience, the brains of the audience will do the remainder of the work for you and paint the picture, and boom, they are immediately engaged and connected to what you're saying. You had their attention. It's all about getting their attention. All right. Characters. What more can I say about characters? There's something that I teach in improv, and it's more applicable when you're doing your humorous speeches and your international speeches, because you have a lot more time there. You have 7 minutes and 30 seconds, whereas here you have 2 minutes and 30 seconds only. Okay. But I'll give you a quick tip. If you really want to get into the skin of characters, there's something. Okay, let's give a demonstration. Let me call a volunteer. Okay. There's someone called Toastmaster Baby from Dubai Tamil Malayalam Club. Baby, are you there? Oh, that sounds very odd. Toastmaster Baby, are you there?
I am there.
Okay, can we have the spotlight on Toastmaster Baby? Okay, well done. Toastmaster Baby, I'm going to give you a character, and I want you to speak in the voice of that character as best as you think is possible. All right?
I will try, but I am not confident.
Yeah, that's okay. That's what I said. As best as you think it's possible. Okay?
Okay. So can you repeat what I am supposed to do?
Yeah, I will give you a character. I will describe a character for you. And all you have to do is speak in the voice of that character as best as you think is possible. I don't expect you to do a Broadway style of acting and speaking like Shivaji Ganeshan or something like that. What best you think? All right.
I have never done mimicry. Huh?
Well, there's always a first time for everything, Toastmaster Baby.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes. Why not?
The character that I want you to try and speak, give voice to, is an old man. He is 80 years old and he is not in the best of health. and his children have left him in an old age home. Now, if this character were to talk, how do you think this character would talk? Can you please demonstrate for us?
Before talking, how much time I have to talk? 1 minute or?
Don't worry. You talk. You just talk. I will tell you.
Friends, I am 80 years old, but my children have left me. They have thrown out me from their home, my own home, which I built with my efforts by working 25 years in abroad.
Thank you. Thank you. Well done.
Thank you.
Please give Toastmaster Baby a round of applause. Now for the rest of you, I only asked Toastmaster Baby to try and give a voice to the character that I described. But what else did you see Toastmaster Baby do? Let's see it in the chat box. I only asked him to give a voice to that character I described. Yes, emotions, changed pace. He slowed down. There were pauses. His face showed pain. Talked about what happened. Exactly. Now, I never told Toastmaster Baby to show pain. I never told Toastmaster Baby to take pauses and emotion. I only told them, try and give a voice to this character that I've described to you. Now, what does this technique show? It shows that if you want to bring your characters to life, one of the things that you can do is try to imagine that particular character's mental state, physical state, and given all that, what would be the voice of the character? And the moment you try to mimic that voice, believe it or not, your entire body will fall in place along with it to support that voice. I did not ask Toastmaster Baby to get serious, but because he is now talking in the voice of an 80-year-old man who is sad that his children have left him, automatically his facial expression took on the expression of an old man who is sad at being left all alone. So this is another technique that you can practice. Okay, if you can't practice the voice, you practice assuming that physical state of your character, and then you try to talk. Believe me, if you have assumed the state of a healthy young lad, you will not be talking in the voice of an 80-year-old old man. It will not, your body will not work like that unless you're a professional actor. All right. So this is a tip I will leave with you about how you can bring your characters to life by practicing any one of this. You can either practice the voice, or you can practice the physicality of the character, or you can do another thing that you saw Toastmaster Baby do, which is try assuming the emotional mindset of that character. You just try. Toastmaster Baby, I'll call you again. Okay?
Okay.
This time you're going to play a character who is boiling mad. You're raging with anger at some injustice that has been done to you. Can you please talk like that?
Yeah, just 1 minute. Let me close my room.
Oh, you don't want people to get offended.
I'm sitting in my office in Africa.
Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. So now I want you to talk in an angry, raging voice because a grave injustice has been done to you. Say something, say 2 or 3 sentences in a voice that is filled with anger.
Yeah, I just reached it today, but nothing is ready in my room in the hotel. What bullshit you are doing? I am waiting for last 10 hours. And no water in the room, no coffee.
Thank you. Relax.
No bedsheet has been spread. What is this?
I'm afraid now. All right, people. What did you see? I only told them to talk in an angry tone. But what else did you see Toastmaster Baby do? Yes. He only took on anger, but did you see how serious his face became and his shoulders became erect and he's going like this? How dare you? Luckily, I was not so close to him. He would have caught my collar, I guess. This is a technique which you can practice to bring your characters to life. It's called VAP. I just gave it to you briefly. So this is a technique that you can practice to bring your characters to life. We'll have demonstrations. All right. You've heard me tell you about how you can break it down, any given topic and extract subjects from it. You heard me tell you about why a topic is always better to be approached in the form of a story. You heard me tell you about what are the kinds of words that you must use when you're telling a story and the reason for that, and how to engage and connect with your audience. All right. Now I'm going to call one by one, same as we did earlier. I'm going to call volunteers, brave volunteers. They've already given their names here. A big round of applause for them. Really act of courage. I'm going to call each one of them. I'm going to give them a topic, and let's see how well they break it down and how well they can connect it to a personal story and relate it to us within that given moment. Okay. The person I'm going to call is, okay, Toastmaster Baby, will begin with you. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a topic and let's hear you speak on the topic using what I have shared with you thus far, the breaking it down and putting it in the form of a story, and especially giving characters, giving them life so that your story connects and engages with the audience, and the words that you choose to use. All right. Where do we give name for volunteering? Says Jimmy. Actually, we held a raffle ticket, and all those who paid the highest price for the tickets, they were chosen as volunteers. So you're a little late for that. All the money went to Area 28 Director Jensen George. Just joking, just joking. Okay, Toastmaster Baby, are you ready?
Yes.
Let me generate a topic for you. I have this nice site that generates topics.
Give me some simple topic.
Okay, very simple. It can't get more simpler than this. Toastmaster Baby, what's one of your worst habits? What's one of your worst habits, Toastmaster Baby? Timer 1 minute. Huh?
Yes. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Today I have to talk about the worst character, or my worst character I have with me. I would say my worst character is postponing the things. Whenever I would like to do something, I always decide, or let me do it tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. This tomorrow never comes. That is what happened to me while before joining Toastmasters. I heard about Toastmasters long back, but every week I used to think I will join this Toastmasters next month, next month, next month. But once it happened, in 2016, I joined the ICAT Toastmasters Club. But after that, no one could stop me. Now I am member in 5 clubs. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Baby. Okay, audience, now all of you heard what Toastmaster Baby just said on the topic that was given to him. Tell me, first of all, what are all the subjects he managed to explore from the given topic? Put it in the chat box. Let's see. What are all the topics that Toastmaster Baby successfully managed to explore, given the topic that was given to him, which was, what's one of your worst habits? Let's see it in the chat box. Procrastination, Toastmaster journey, volunteering, habits, solutions, laid back attitude, how he changed his habit. Okay, fine. Now, tell me what else he could have explored if he had seen it from that direction. What else could he have explored? How that habit affected him. With example, a personal example, the way he got rid of it, given an instance of the price he paid for having that habit, the best habit as well as bad habit, the lost chances because of that habit. Exactly. How the habit affected the ones close to him. Indeed, indeed. You see, the variety of perspectives that he could have chosen to use. And did he use characters? Did he bring characters to life in the story? Well, there was one character, and it was I, me, and myself, which is not bad. But we would have loved to hear, like someone put in the chat box, what effect did that bad habit of his have on the ones near and dear to him? That could have been a character that he could have brought into this speech. And then what would have happened is, Toastmaster Baby, this is for you. What would have happened is, your audience would have connected with you because all of us have bad habits. Let's be honest. None of us are there who are perfect without any bad habits. And all of us, our bad habits have impacted the lives of those close to us. I'm sure we would have experienced so many moments of anger and frustration and annoyance and quarrels, a few unnecessary words spoken, and then the realization and then the awareness that, oh, yes, I have been doing wrong and I ought to correct myself if I value this relationship. If you had chosen or seen it that way, the more you would have connected with your audience, because audience love to connect with what they can relate to. So if you had put it that way, your audience would have connected with it. Not that what you've done is wrong. Again, I keep repeating this like a broken record. Not that what you've done is wrong, but just making you aware of the variety that's still there to explore. All right? Okay.
Right.
Then thank you so much, Toastmaster Baby. Apart from telling lies, Samir. I'm not going to call Toastmaster Hema. Toastmaster Hema, are you there from Dubai Malayalam and Tamil Malayalam Club? Okay. Moving on, Toastmaster Ashish Gokhale. Are you there? I saw you earlier.
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right, Ashish. Your topic is, okay, I'll just give you a brief. This is just to see how well you are extracting subjects from the given topic and how you're connecting it to stories in your life and how you're bringing characters to life in your stories. Okay. All right. No right or wrong. It's just exploring. What was the last movie you saw? What was the last movie you saw, Toastmaster Ashish?
The last movie which I saw was The Sound of Music, because I hate music. And my family, my wife especially, she just loves music. And she like literally forced me to sit through 3.5 hours of music, non-stop music, one song's coming one after the other about somebody, some random people walking in, singing, getting out. I just didn't know. I don't know why people in that movie need to sing a song even to tell that how this girl Maria is so dreaded and how they feel like, how to teach ABCD. I wish my teachers in school, I thought, would be so lovely teaching ABCD with a song. The way we were taught ABCD in school was with some objects in their teachers' hands. We are made to memorize, and it took me to my days. So I wish our teachers were so lovely that they would teach ABCD with the songs. I wish my parents, singing and just singing the whole day, no school, nothing, kids had nothing to do. So I really loved, I wish, and I hope my kids will ask me the same thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashish. Please give him a good round of applause. Okay, everyone, let's hear it in the chat box. What were all the subjects that Toastmaster Ashish managed to extract from the given topic, which was talk about your favorite, what was the last movie you saw? So from that, what are all the subjects that he managed to extract from it? how he felt about the movie, his dislike. Music is the soul of life, says Huda. He instigated a debate, says Sarah. Impact on his thinking, his hate for music, his wife's love for music. Yes, he made us understand that his wife loves music. Connected with the topic, personal, his review of the movie. How many characters did we get to hear from him in his delivery? 3. Yes, himself. He spoke about Maria, and he spoke about his wife. He also spoke about his parents. He wished that, yeah, his teachers. Exactly. Well done, Toastmaster Ashish. For all of us who are in the audience, this is another example of how you can approach. You might have thought, what was the last movie you saw? Oh, I'm only supposed to talk about the movie I saw. But did you see how many different things the speaker managed to bring into the delivery that he gave to us? And he also managed to bring in characters. Now, the moment he brought in characters, his teacher, his parents, tell me, did we connect with it or not? Yes. And that's what happens when you bring characters into the stories that you deliver as the response to a given topic. Your audience will connect with you, provided they are not outlandish characters. They are real, genuine characters that you will find in anybody's life. A teacher, a parent, these are all things you will find in anybody's life. And that's why it's so important that we try and develop the habit of telling stories with characters who are real, who people can connect with. All right? Okay. Gavalia Suhana, are you there? Yes, you are there. I can see your name in the chat box.
Yes.
You've been raising your hand for a while. So would you like to take up the next topic?
Yes, please.
All right. Okay. Now, I don't know whether this is coincidence or serendipity. The generator, the random generator just gave me this topic. So here it comes. Gavalia Suhana, your topic is describe your favorite type of pizza. Describe your favorite type of pizza, Gavalia Suhana.
Okay. Hello, Toastmasters and guests and Cavaliers. My topic is describe your favorite pizza. My favorite pizza is cheese pizza. I also like veg pizza, but my mother likes it more than me. I like ketchup, so I always eat it with ketchup and sometimes sprinkle some spicy powder on it because I like spicy food. And whenever I eat it, the cheese pizza, it kind of sticks to my mouth and teeth. Well, to my brothers, he eats it, but then it doesn't stick to his unexpectedly. I like to the most favorite when I first tasted cheese pizza, I didn't like it because at that time I thought pizzas don't taste good. But then when I tasted it the next time, it tasted really good, and I'm like, I'm going to eat it for lunch, dinner, and breakfast.
Thank you, Gavalia Suhana. Thank you so much. Please give this brave Gavalia a huge round of applause. Well done. Well done. Okay. Questions. What were all the subjects that you heard this Gavalia extract from the given topic? Joy, colors, taste, imagery. Yes. Likes and dislikes. She spoke about her mom, history of pizza liking, pizza sticking to the mouth. She gave us details. Pizza does stick to the mouth sometimes if the cheese is bad. Spice, that she likes spice. She spoke about her brothers. Yeah, that detail, that it doesn't stick in her brother's teeth, that it only sticks in her teeth. Something wrong with the teeth or with this pizza, we'll never know. She managed to bring in, did she manage to bring in characters? Yes, we got to hear about her mother, her brother. Okay, what else do you think she could have explored in the form of subjects within the given topic, number one? And what else do you think she could have done with the characters that she shared with us? Toppings. Yes, she could have spoken about the different toppings. What's her favorite topping, whether it's crusty or not. All right. We're really going into details here. Looks like everybody loves pizzas. Which brand? Dialogues could have been given to characters. Yes. The mother saying something about her love for pizzas, or her brother saying something about pizza getting stuck in her teeth and not in his teeth. If she had said that, then it would have become a little more personal. She could have talked about the day she first tried pizza. What was the event? Exactly. That would have also been something that we would have loved to listen to, because we don't know when was the first day Gabriela Suhana tried a pizza and why. But if she had shared that story with us, if it was a special day, then that would have remained in our memory. Size of pizza, how she fights for pizzas with her brother. Again, Gabriela Suhana, all these comments that are coming in does not mean that what you spoke about was not delivered in the right manner. No, it's just for us to be aware that there were so many other directions from which you could have approached the topic also. Good job. Good job. We still have time? Okay, no. We are 8:10. Let's stick to the schedule. Let's move on. Thank you so much, everyone, for the wholesome participation and the feedback. Judging from the feedback, I'm very happy. It looks like I am making a bit of sense and you are getting what I'm saying. Let's move on to the last part. If you are stuck again, okay, you broke it down. You now took one topic that was given to you and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subjects. And you can't think of a story from your life that connects to any one of those subjects. What do you do? What do you do at such a moment is, what I'm going to tell you is actually one part of two other things. So it's one part I've extracted from that and I'm going to share it with you. I'm sorry. All right. If you're stuck on a topic that was given to you, you can always stop to think about, what does this topic make you think of? What can you compare it to in your personal experience? What is it similar to? What does it remind you of? So this is known as, you can fall back on metaphors. What does this given topic make you think of? What does it bring to your mind? What is it about this topic that makes you look at it in a certain way? Think, what would Robert do? No, Sherry, not that. So this could be one way of approaching a start to the topic to get going. For example, if you're talking to a group of leaders who are supposed to come to a decision, but they are not being helpful and they're disagreeing with each other, and it's your role to bring peace there and to make them work in a common direction, you could probably tell them a story about a band of outlaws who lost everything because they didn't agree to take the right difficult decisions. So now you used a story as a metaphor about a band of outlaws who were not agreeing within each other, which led to bad decisions being taken, which led to their downfall. And there you have related something which is metaphorical to something which is actual. This is something that you can try if you are stuck in any given moment on how to proceed with the topic at hand. If even after you have done the bid technique and you're still stuck, this is another way of seeing how you can make some headway with the topic at hand. All right. So if I were to give you a topic about what was your favorite subject in school, and you're approaching it from a metaphorical angle, what would be your answers? Let's see in the chat box. If your topic, if the given topic is Toastmaster XYZ, what was your favorite subject in school? What was your favorite subject in school? Toastmaster XYZ. What would be some of the metaphors that you could bring up and talk about? Let's see it in the chat box. Archimedes and Pythagoras were like those Greek wrestlers who came to torture. Superb. You not only brought in actual names, you also gave a simile to wrestlers who came to torture you, because that was your experience. In just that one line, you made your audience understand your feelings on school and the subjects in school. Eureka, Archimedes, says Samir. Yes, subjects are ingredients. That bathtub moment. Science taught us all more of our living environment. What central threads do I rely on to make critical choices in life? Maths, physics, chemistry were like Greek to me. Electromagnetic theory that is still undefined. These are all the metaphors that come to your mind when you hear a topic. These are all the things that that topic makes you remember and think of, which you can use as a stepping stone to start talking about. Now, I'll give you another topic. Would you rather be the most popular kid in school or the smartest kid in school? I repeat, would you rather be the most popular kid in school or the smartest kid in school? What does this topic make you think of? What can you compare it to? What is it similar to? What does it remind you of? Let's see your answers. What does the topic make you think of? It makes you think of politics, hair on the tortoise. It takes you brain marks. It makes you think about be yourself. It reminds you of the power of rapport, class first, quality versus quantity. Exactly. Smart uses brain, great first. Tenali Raman, superstar versus national award-winning actor, nerd. Are you seeing for yourselves how many different perspectives are evoked in people's minds by the same topic? The topic remains the same, but can you see from the responses in the chat box, what are the diversity of perspectives and similarities that are occurring in people's minds? This is something that you can use to go ahead and start your topic and start talking about it. I'll give you another one. Do you read reviews about a movie before deciding whether to watch it or not? I repeat, do you read reviews about a movie before you decide whether to watch it or not? Now, the question to ask is, what does this topic make you think of? What can you compare it to? What is it similar to, and what does it remind you of? These are the questions that you can ask to help you come up with metaphors that will aid you to start talking about. Yes, time is money and money is spent to watch movie. Yes. Valuing people's opinion, it is worth the time. Look before you leap. Yes. Do your homework, taking sample, dive into the pool and figure out and maintain the temperature. Family recommend. Do your homework. What else? I missed some. It's coming in so fast. Depends on you watch it at theater or Tamil Rockers. Yes, that makes a difference. I agree. Watch the quality, not the way. TRP rating, better to watch it. Your interests, learn through your own experience. Yes. These are all the variety of perspectives that you can explore. Are you seeing it in the chat box? I'm sure some of you must be thinking, that's interesting. I never thought that you could connect that with this topic. But in the minds of the person, do you like surprises or want clarity? Yes. That's another approach to this. Do you like surprises or you want clarity? If you like surprises, you wouldn't want to read the reviews. You would like to go there and experience it for yourself and be pleasantly surprised or sadly disappointed. It's an experience. Again, it's a demonstration of How many other perspectives that you can approach any given topic from if you calm yourself down, take a deep breath, just leave all your fears at the end of the stage. See what, listen deeply, listen keenly to the topic that is given to you, and see how many pieces you can break it down into, how many subjects you can break it down into. See if you can bring in characters, how to bring the characters alive. Ask the question, what does this topic remind me of? Is it set expectations? Be ready to be disappointed. Yes. What is it similar to? What does it remind me of? What does it make me think of? What can I compare it to? And you'll find you'll be flooded with so many inputs that you really won't be struggling to do an opening, a body, and a conclusion. Now, I'm going to give some topics and I'm going to call on some volunteers, and let's see how well you use this tip of using metaphors to progress when you are stuck at any point in a table topic. Okay, let's see who's going to be the lucky one. Anil Kunuku, are you there? Okay, it appears he's not there. Jay Prakash, Toastmaster Jay Prakash.
Yes, Robert.
Okay, great. Okay, Toastmaster Jay Prakash, remember, we have now reached, this is like the final exam in school, no?
Yeah.
7th, 8th, 9th, and now 10th standard board exams. All the subjects you'll have to memorize and answer. No, I'm just pulling your leg. Only from the point of view of metaphor. Listen to the topic and think, what does this topic make you think of? What can you compare it to? And what is it similar to? And what does it remind you of? Ask yourself those questions and then try to attack the topic. All right? It's a very simple topic. Toastmaster Jay Prakash, your topic is, what is your morning routine? What is your morning routine, Toastmaster Jay Prakash?
Okay, so I used to, it changes from time to time, and I used to have this routine of getting up at 5 o'clock, going for a run when I used to practice with the running group, and those times used to be great, and it also helped me to build a habit. But over a period of time, it changes depending on the work schedule, right? And if I have to go a little bit later, if I sleep later, then I start a bit late. And then I have my set of morning rituals. And one good thing has been, for the last 75 to 80 days, I have been meditating 20 minutes on a daily basis, which I believe is which I'm proud of. And that has been, that shows that, at least I could build it as a consistent habit over a period of time. And I think that's something which I'm trying to inculcate in a lot of other ways. And one thing I have learned and continuing to work on is that the consistency over intensity, right? I used to be a person where just go strike it or do it as a sprint for 2-3 days and complete tasks or projects, right? Rather, I've started enjoying the consistency portion of it and try to apply it. And I mean, those are all the two things I see. One is running is getting back to on track, and I'm proud of what I did with the meditation portion of it. That I see two contrasting things where I will continue to fine tune as I move on this journey.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jay Prakash. Round of applause for Toastmaster Jay Prakash. Now, audience, let's hear it in the chat box. How well did Toastmaster Jay Prakash approach the given topic using the method of metaphors to start talking on the given topic? How well do you think he approached it? He didn't, says squadron leader Delshad Master. Okay, he was the metaphor himself. Yes, no metaphors. Squadron leaders don't mince their words. No means no. No metaphor, says Jayasudha. Okay. What do you think he could have done? He was centered and spoke, but not on the topic. It flowed. Fine. But what do you think he could have done? Let's hear that. What do you think he could have done? What do you think? Mornings are like running on a treadmill. Yes. What do you think he could have compared it to? Metaphor to describe unpredictable. Show where a change of routine brought about great benefits. Compare it to a child in a boarding school. Nice. Routines of chickens is to wake up early. Nice. English weather, unpredictable. Yes. Appeal to the senses. You could have referred to his morning routines as being on a path and wavering and getting back on the path. Superb. Are you seeing the amount of choices that are available if one chooses to follow the track of using metaphors to kickstart on your topic? Even I couldn't see as many perspectives as I'm reading here in the chat box. You could have compared it to children who have no defined routine. Exactly. Meditation like a red light after a boring speech. Nice. So these, again, what does it show? It doesn't show that Toastmaster Jayaprakash was wrong. No. It only shows that we have so many other perspectives, so many other options which we can choose to explore if we will give ourselves the freedom and the permission to do it. If we don't limit ourselves by our own thinking and say, oh, this topic is beyond me, I better shut my mouth, just hang around for 1 minute and see that green and then go. No, if you've done that, you've already told yourself that don't think. But if you give yourself the freedom to calm yourself down and see all that is there to explore, then you will find that there's so many options that you previously never thought of. Morning routines are regular activities that gives you a kickstart of the day. Yes. Interpretation and process. And then I woke up. Routines are boring. Every day is a new day. Yes. These are all different perspectives that one can approach it from. Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Jayaprakash. Once again, Toastmaster Jayaprakash, you are not wrong. It was your approach to it. There are so many other perspectives. People can approach it from so many directions, and there's no right or wrong around how to approach it. All right. The next volunteer I'm going to call is Samir GP. Samir GP, are you there, my friend? Let me get a really difficult, twisted topic for you because I love you so much.
Then it'll be justified why I don't do well. Thank you so much for that.
Okay, Samir.
Bring it on. Yep.
Toastmaster Samir, your topic is it harder to exercise more or eat healthier? Is it harder to exercise more or eat healthier, Toastmaster Samir?
Is it harder? Is a question that my dad used to ask me when he gave me a task for anything. And when it came to food, he knew that food was not an easy, a difficult option for me to pick from. Now, it is ironic that the question has come today because it was the hardest decision for me to actually fix both of these things, the eating and the exercise. I started with the exercise, and then it has been a month over where I have started a routine. The chickens that crow in the morning and call for me on my WhatsApp telling me, hey, Samir, it's time to wake up, puts me in kick-ass mode. And then I get up, tie on my shoelace, and for the last 1 month, I have been on a routine. That was the hardest part. Once I conquered that, I moved on to the next one. And that was get into keto diet and then start eating healthier. One step at a time, I would say. Eat that frog. The tough ones first, and let the next one come rolling after that. Over to you.
Well done, Toastmaster Samir. Well done. All right. Audience, let's hear it from you. How well did you think Toastmaster Samir approached the topic that was given to him from the point of view of using metaphors as a starter to get going? Opening was good. Cool. All right. Were there any metaphors in his speech? Eat that frog. Yes. He described his family opinion or option. I don't know. Suhana. Could have been more enthusiastic. Gianna, you know Samir very well, so you saw through and through that he is just putting it on, right? Eat tough frog first. Yes. Connected past and compared to father's approach. Yes. He spoke about early riser chickens. Yes. Was the frog cooked? Samir, that's a question you'll have to take in private. We don't know about your diet. He said he's on keto diet, so I guess it was cooked. Others come rolling. All right. How else do you think this topic could have been approached? How else do you think this topic could have been dealt with? Any ideas? How else do you think this topic of, is it harder to exercise more or eat healthier? How else do you think it could have been? Metaphor to describe a tough choice. Yes. Ashish, well done. Health is wealth. Yes. That could have been a metaphor. Being between a rock and a hard place. Yes, we all heard that one. A this or that dilemma, a catch-22 situation. He could have described how he thought something was more easier. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. At time he got very choosy between two foods. Do you see how many other perspectives we could have approached this topic from? And just that one tool of trying to link it to something, whatever it reminded you of, whatever you thought it is similar to, whatever it made you think of, what can you compare it to? These were all the things that you can approach this topic using metaphor. All right. Thank you so much. So we started off this session on how we can open any given topic if we pay deep attention, calm ourselves down, and listen keenly to the topic that is given to us. Because if you do that, invariably you will be able to extract at least 3 subjects from that single one topic. And when you do that, you have enough ammunition, 1, to start talking, and 2, to smoothly transition into your body and come to a conclusion, keeping that common thread of relevance throughout the topic from the beginning to the end. We also heard why it is recommended that you try to tell what you have to tell in the form of stories, preferably personal stories, with characters which will make your audience to relate to what you're saying and immediately engage with you. You have their attention. And we also heard, if all else fails, how we can use the habit of metaphors to try and get going on a topic. Now, you might be thinking, okay, you talk about opening, you talk about body, what about closing? Closing is important, preferably if you tie it back to the opening or you tie it back to what was the topic all about. Then it makes sense. It's like I always say, it's like you wrap up a gift nicely and you put a bow on top. How beautiful it looks, complete. If that bow is sloppily done and one leg is long and one is so small, it might look glittering, but it's still, when you see it, it seems incomplete. Something missing, right? So that is the importance of a closing. I'm not going too much into specifics of the opening, body, and closing. Rather, this session was aimed at those who have been around in clubs and meetings, but have really not reached that stage where They are ready for facing any table topic and say, okay, bring it on. Rather, they are the ones who are, when the table topic master comes, they are the ones who go behind in their chairs or slightly shrink from view out of the Zoom camera. So this was mainly for them to get going on the topic of how do I actually get started talking on a topic that is given to me. All right. So that's why we did not go too deep into the details. Now, I throw open the floor to questions. Do you have any questions which, if you do, put it in the chat box, or Area Director Jensen or Meena, y'all can curate it and give me the questions. And if I do have the answers, I will share it with you. If I don't, I will say I don't. I will find it and I'll get back to you. Question: what is maximum number of characters for a 2-minute? Good question, Jim. Good question. Because like I said, all you have is 2 minutes, 30 seconds. And you really cannot load it with too many characters, because your audience will lose track. Your audience will lose track. So I would recommend keep it to just a minimum of 2. If you still have to bring in another one, a maximum of 3 characters. Otherwise, it's too short a time for you to give relevance to each character in the story and get your audience to relate to it also. All right. Meaning of VAP, please. V stands for voice, A stands for attitude or emotion, whether the character is happy, glad, sad, or afraid. P stands for the physicality. What is the physical state of the character? That is VAP. You may have good ideas, but shortage of words. How to be very expressive. Mahalakshmi, I have an exercise for you. You can take a book, take a pen, all right?
Okay.
And choose a word from the dictionary, preferably a word that you know. All right?
Right.
Put your pen to paper, write that word, set a timer for 5 minutes. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Choose a word from the dictionary or any word that comes to your mind. Write it in the book, and then write non-stop words that you can associate to the previous word. So for example, if the word, give me a word, Mahalakshmi, give me a word.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. So chocolate is the word. I'm going to start writing chocolate, wrapper, packaging, box, cereals, crunchies, breakfast, eat, mother, shout, hunger. I'm going to go on and on and on until that timer goes off. And that is the only rule, that you do not remove your pen from the paper until the timer goes off. You write continuously words that associate to the words that came before. Okay, you do this, practice it non-stop. I'm not saying you do it once, immediately the words will start flowing out of your mouth. No, that is wishful thinking. You have to practice this. And the more you practice this, what happens is you're freeing up something in your head for words to flow more better. Because why do you get stuck? You are not able to associate some more words to what you have already spoken. And another way of approaching a topic is to see what you can associate to the topic. Start talking on that. What can you associate to what you have spoken about? Start talking on that. What can you associate to the one you just spoke of? Start talking on that. There's another technique that we call A to C. So whatever is the topic that is given, what does it make you think of? That is your A. Hold that. What does this A make you think of? Forget the topic now. What does this A make you think of? That becomes your B. Forget A. What does this B make you think of? That becomes your C. Now you have A, B, C. You open with C, B becomes your body, A becomes your closing, and bang, you finished your topic.
Understood.
All right?
Yeah.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay.
It seems easy for me to practice. Thank you.
Okay, there's lots of questions here. When we break it down and get multiple stories going on in our minds, How do we pick which one to go with? Wouldn't BIT lead to confusion? Yes. BIT will lead to confusion if you think you have to utilize all the subjects that you broke it down into. Remember what I said was, you have a choice. When you go to a buffet, do you eat everything that's there in the buffet? I know some people do. But then you end up with a really bad stomach. So you have a choice, a variety. You choose that which appeals to you and go with that. All right? How to get the attention of different age groups like youth, adults, etc. Well, speak their language. Be up to date with current trends in the adult, in the youth world. Their language is totally different. I thought that I had a good command over the English language until my children entered their teens, and then they started speaking a language which I had no clue about, but it made perfect sense to them. And then I had to learn that, okay, I too was once at their age and I did the same thing. And I'm sure my parents would have been wondering what nonsense I was talking. So you'll have to be up to date with what's going on in the youth world. How do you tackle topics like what's your happiest moment, your most embarrassing moment? Topics like these force you to share a story, but my brain can't recall stories on command. Sarah, use BIT, break it down. It's not just the one thing that you can think of. What's your happiest moment? What all is there in there? There's happiness there, there's moments. And your life, you've got 3 topics. Choose any one and talk about it. All right? Have to leave. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was how to avoid overlong pauses. I do. No, I think sometimes I forget the topics in between the speech. What to do? Take a deep breath and come back on track. Don't be so rushed in trying to finish the topic because your heart is pounding so hard and the blood is rushing like anything. Take a deep breath, calm down, and go on. And if you forget, okay, I'll tell you a cheat. Give a very solemn look and make it look like you took a very meaningful pause. And then you start speaking again. Nobody but you will know that you forgot. Your audience will think, wow, what a beautiful pause at exactly that right moment. All right. So that's another thing you can do. Remember, only you knew that you blanked out and did not know what to say. Or only you knew that you forgot something that you wanted to say. Nobody else knows. Go with the flow. Make it look like that was all the way you wanted it to happen. All right. Go into Buddha mode. Yes. Okay. All right. So with that, thank you so much for having been such a wonderful audience. I loved the engagement. I was blown away by the amount of perspectives that you people presented in the responses every time I asked for a response. And it was amazing. It was a learning for me also. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Area Director Jensen and my good friend Meena for giving me this opportunity. I really hope all of you all put this to good use, not just when it comes to club and table topics, in your private conversations, in your social conversations, in your business conversations. Put this to use. You never know what kind of an impact it is going to have on you as well as on those around you when they see the changes start to take place in you. All right. So all the very best. And I hand over the stage back to who? Jensen?
Meena.
Meena. Sorry, Meena. I hand over the stage back to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You can hear me, right, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, my settings is outside. Thank you so much, Robert, for that lovely session. When I first did table topics or storytelling, I froze, like pretty much everyone I froze. But the second time I did it somewhere else, somebody asked me what's the best buy I had recently, what the best thing I bought recently, and I went on about the best shoe I bought, my running shoes. So you asked me about shoes, you asked me about books, you asked me about something, I go on, you can't stop me talking. And that's when I realized it's all about telling stories. It's all about telling, what's in your mind, and it's bringing everything in your mind into words. So when I spoke to Robert regarding this 2-minute storytelling, I realized it's not always about table topics. Nobody understands. If I tell my brother what is table topics, he's like, what is table topics? It's all about bringing something to life, and that is all about storytelling. So this one, we wanted to concentrate more on how can we tell stories better. We know what to do. We have so many techniques in line, but I wanted someone who could break it down and make it as simple as possible. So there was nobody else I could think of who can, even in the 2 minutes of the break that you have, you talk to someone, he knows how to grab your attention with the smallest of the stories. So I think the best person I could think of for that one was Toastmaster Robert. So I hope you guys are also going to be as good as him one day or other, but putting his techniques in practice, I think we all have some hope right now. So thank you so much, Robert, for doing this. Please, can we give him a big round of applause? Thank you. And like everything, any event that you conduct, anything that you conduct, even a birthday party or anything like that, it doesn't happen by one person. Like how Faisal, I think, said, he just had to sit over there and everybody else did his birthday. So similarly, I'd love to thank Toastmaster Stuti, who was the Sergeant at Arms today, who is a very new speaker, but she created her own way of opening the meeting by telling her own story and what stories are important for. So please give her a big round of applause as well to Toastmaster Stuti. Thank you so much. And then we have our most important person of the meeting. One of the most important person of the meeting is, I think, the timer, because that's someone who has to have their attention over there. And we couldn't have anyone better than Toastmaster Meenakshi from Green's Toastmasters. So thank you, Meenakshi. Thank you so much for for helping us all in meeting our time. We are 15 minutes ahead of time, which is amazing. So yes. Next, the one who opened the meeting, who's conducting everything really well, putting people on spotlights, muting and unmuting. If you think it's easy, it's really not. It's just so many things. And especially when we have like 90 people as participants, it is a challenge. So thank you so much to Toastmaster Ajay. Ajay, although he is right now competing to become the next Jinesh, this Toastmaster, Zoom master, I'm sure right now. So thank you so much, Ajay. Yeah, he's laughing. Yeah. So thank you so much, Ajay. Next, I'd love to thank, so now we have 90 people from all around the world. And also, guys, please, any feedback you have, any questions you have, please put it on the chat box right now. Anything you have to say or ask, or any questions, because all 90 people are not from just Dubai. We have people from around the world. And for that, we'd love to thank our PR, which is Radhika, and a very silent PR, which is a PR for District 105 and around the world, that is Toastmaster Alexander. So both of you, thank you so much. And thanks a lot. And bringing all these people together. And yes, next is thank you, lovely audience and the volunteers who dared to put themselves out there and let them be judged or be corrected by Robert, and who was very courageous enough to take up on this opportunity. Thank you, all of you, and the participants who were very patiently listening and asking the questions, and I'm sure you got a lot out of the session. And finally, we'd love to thank the entire Area 28 team and the Division F team and the Area 28 director, Toastmaster Jensen, for giving us this opportunity to conduct the event and putting this together. So, okay. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. I think that is all. Again, thank you very much for attending the event. And any feedback, any suggestions, any questions, anything at all, please put in the chat box and we'll get back to you. And if you have any questions as well, put your contact details over there. We will make sure we will get in touch with you. So that's all for now. And have a lovely weekend. and enjoy the coming weeks. And please, love to see you all on stage. We saw some really beautiful gems today coming out, and good luck for the contest. And love.
Yep.
Night.
I think we missed the group photo.
Yes, please. A group
We still
photo.
have time. We still have time.
Entire video, maybe.
Still have time before we doze off, huh?
Have the lovely pizza.
Yeah, sure. Give me a minute. Okay.
Everyone put on your videos, please. Not videos, yeah, put your videos
Yeah,
on.
give me a second. I have to take one by one.
No problem.
Put your 2-minute story face.
Yeah. Okay, now to the second page once again.
Robert, you're on second page. Okay.
Yeah. I'm also on second page.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, perfect. And thank you for the smiles and cheese.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Any
Thank you.
questions?
Thank you very much, Robert.
Get back to you. Thank you. Thank you all volunteers. Big thank you. You all did an amazing.
Thank you and happy holidays.
Thank you. Thank you. Same to you. Thank you.
When is the next meeting? So this is a special segment we conducted for storytelling. That is for table topics as well. We have different clubs. We are I belong to Debatable, so we meet next Monday, every second and fourth Monday. So we have different clubs as such. So yep, you can join us anytime. One district, one division F. We have lots of clubs. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you can also.
Yes.
Yeah, we can follow the Division of Facebook page also, so you are aware of all the meetings that happen in all the clubs in the division, all the events that happen.
Thank you, Sherry, for joining us all the way from wherever you are.
I'm in Iowa.
Iowa.
Iowa. Yes, despite the fact there have been some confusion in different clubs about Ohio, Indiana, Idaho. They're all I words, but I'm from Iowa.
Great.
Yeah, at least it's morning here. Now, lots of the time when I come to these meetings, it's way early morning as opposed to mid-morning, as in 2 a.m., just past midnight, those kind of things.
There was Jim who said it's 3:17 from where he's joining right now, Australia, I think.
Yeah, Jim is joining from Australia. That is true, because Jim and I keep running into each other in meetings on a regular basis. So, but no, it's almost 11 o'clock where I am right this minute.
All right. All right.
So you see, this was an excellent time for me. And Robert, I have really enjoyed these sessions, this one and the last one that you did. I was very sincere in the comment I made about I didn't have to think what would Robert do because you gave us a chance to practice it, and I'm a quick learner. Now, if it'd been a difficult topic, I'd have probably had to think, okay, what did Robert tell us to do? But it wasn't that difficult a topic that I was asked. But I just loved the fact that the topics master said, now that's the way to answer.
Excellent. Excellent. Happy to hear that, Sherry. Happy to hear that.
Next time I'm going to have to remember to speak up and say, well, I can tell you who taught me how to do that. But at the time, I didn't think about it. What can I say?
We also have somebody from Dominica in the Caribbean. Wow. Dominica Rosemary. It's 12:50 p.m. there. Thank you.
They're a couple of hours ahead, or an hour ahead. Okay. It was nice.
All right.
Cavaliers here too. That was cool. But now I'm going to shut up and get on my merry little way like the rest of y'all, except I won't be going to bed since I got up not that long ago. Okay, a few hours. I have a morning routine too. Anyway, and it starts with the hedgehog right there.
All right.
Hey, I have to do it before he goes to
Well-
bed in the morning, right?
Oh, Jason's joining us from St. Lucia, West Indies. Awesome.
Yes.
You really had a
I
great
think we've had
multinational crowd.
we've had
today.
people from all over the world. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It was a
From
good
all-
session, Robert. It was a brilliant session.
Thank you. Thank you. I enjoyed it too.
Brilliant.
Thanks to the volunteers who stood up and said, okay, let me try it. Awesome.
Okay.
All right,
Robert,
people.
today you were a carpenter.
A carpenter.
Robert, you nailed it.
Now that's a dad joke if I've ever heard one.
No, there is a metaphor, you know? A metaphor.
Our president, when the meeting started, she was sitting inside the room. I don't know whether the landlord came and evicted her or something. Now she's sitting outside in the garden.
I've taken-
She's having a green smoothie, you know, in the evening. So she's out going to the green.
Robert, I also thrown away from my office to home. First 1 hour I was in the office.
Ah.
Then 40 minutes I lost the session. Now I am at home. You can. This
All
is
right.
not the virtual background. So this is not only the you will pay attention to the ladies only and to the
Yes.
girls only. You can pay attention to the boys and the men's also. And
Yes,
for the veterans,
like I said, so
You
many
are my
different
first love
perspectives
in the
are there.
fraternity.
Frederica, would you want to come on online and give your feedback, Frederica? Frederica. Okay, I think. Okay.
You wanted some feedback?
Yes, please.
Thanks for joining your meeting. I did get the invitation from one of my fellow Toastmasters from the Nature Island Toastmasters Club of Dominica. And I was really excited to be here with you. I learned so much, especially I know that will aid me in my table topics, which I'm supposed to compete sometime this week in. It's not one of my favorites, but you have to try and you have to grow.
Yes.
So I got a lot of tips from Robert, and Robert, I will be using it. Using this.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yes. And I would really love to join you in any other meeting that you have.
Keep
So I
following
sent
us on
yes,
Facebook.
I sent my email address so I can get an invite.
Sure.
Thanks. And I'm here too with Toastmaster Jason Cassius, who reminded me that the time is Dubai time. Or else I would have mistaken that and missed this great session. So thanks
Okay.
again.
Thank you.
Frederica. My name is
If you
Jason.
would like to, you can also just mention, right? The recording will be available and people can watch it. So if you have your friends who want to watch it, you can just share the link later on with your clubs or Toastmasters in your region.
All right. So where will I find that link? On YouTube?
Okay. Why don't Jensen? Why don't you enter the divisional FB thing, and it will be
Yes, I'm
on.
sharing it now in the chat.
Yeah. Squadron leader, Toastmaster Delshad. Where are you joining us from? Are you still around?
Okay, good.
Yeah, there you go, Frederica. That's the link.
Thanks much.
And that's the YouTube link for the meeting, for the entire recording as well, the YouTube link.
Awesome.
Thank you for sharing the YouTube. I missed the 40-minute session, so I can attend it anytime.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Technology. We are this time during the Corona, like we are using more than 100% technologies basically.
Exactly. Exactly.
The proper utilization of the technology.
Because we were forced to. Otherwise, we never explored that side at all. But because we were forced to, we said, okay, let's do it. And we realized there's so much.
So you see, Dilip, Robert does not ignore you. He's thought of you that you will be leaving home from office and all that stuff. He recorded, put it on YouTube. He's amazing.
Samir, my man, Samir. Okay, guys, I'll take leave.
All right.
It was fun.
Okay,
Thank you
good
so
night.
much.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Nice
Bye.
to see you. Good night, everyone. Have a nice weekend.
night,
Enjoy
everybody.
holidays.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Good night. I'll end the meeting now. Thank you.
Hi, Jensen. How are you?
Hi, baby. Good, good, good. I hope you enjoyed the session.
Yeah, I am actually sitting in Africa now.
Oh, okay. Where?
Congo, DRC, Kinshasa.
Oh, Kinshasa. Okay, good, good. That's nice. When are you coming back?
Next Monday, I will reach there.
Okay, that's nice.
Monday early morning.
So I'll connect with you on WhatsApp, baby. There are a few things I want to discuss regarding Congo.
Okay.
So maybe you could help me out with that.
You are looking for some clients here?
Yeah, we are having some clients, so I'm just planning to make a trip.
Okay, very good. So I can. I lived here 18 years continuously.
Yeah. I'll connect with you on WhatsApp, baby, and it's a Zoom, right? So
Yeah,
we'll discuss on this. We'll discuss this in more detail. Okay, we'll do that.
Okay, no problems. Okay, so our next meeting is next Monday.
All right. Yes.
When is our next meeting?
Yes, next month. Next Monday, no, the Monday after that, debate.
Yeah. Okay.
The second
So
Monday
this
of
is
December.
this was organized by Debatable only, or